You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and
Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Mommy Guide Inc. For those who are new to the channel, I am Mommy Lala, and welcome to day 24 of Craft Every Day in August, or we call it fondly CEDA. Right? So today we're thrilled to have the talented duo Patricia and Mariah from PM Artist Studio joining us for an exciting episode on gel plate printing tips and techniques. Known for their innovative approaches to mixed media and their expertise in printmaking, Patricia and Mariah have captivated audiences with their unique style and creative flair. PM Artist Studio is a mother-daughter team that brings together years of artistic experience and a passion for experimentation. Patricia, with her deep understanding of art fundamentals, and Mariah, with her fresh modern twist, combine their talents to create stunning art pieces that push the boundaries of
I love it.
creativity. Together, they have built a thriving community, and you see them all in the chat right now. Okay, so their community
Hi,
around their love for
everybody.
gel plate
I
printing,
think you can.
offering tutorials, tips, and
They don't. They
inspiration
can't
to
see me yet.
artists of all levels. So, in today's episodes, yes, you guys, thank you so much for being in the chat. All right. So, Patricia and Mariah will be sharing their best kept secrets and favorite techniques for achieving beautiful textures and layers with gel plates. So, whether you're a seasoned artist or new to gel plate printing, this episode is packed with valuable insights and fun creative ideas to enhance your work. Yes, at PM Artist Studio, Patricia and Mariah bring their distinct styles to life, transforming pencil, paint, paper into unique artistic creations. From watercolor to acrylics, colored pencils, alcohol inks, their work is a beautiful fusion of mixed media techniques. So whether they're crafting cards, creating artist books, or exploring the world of collage, their passion for art is infectious. And so get ready to dive into the creative process with Patricia and Mariah and discover the joy of making art with PM Artist Studio. Let's get started here at Mommy Guide Inc. Again, let's all welcome Patricia and Mariah, first time on Mommy Guide Inc. Hello, hello.
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 Are we
Yes,
on there now? Yes, officially.
yes.
Okay.
Hi, Patricia, and hi,
I,
Mariah.
I just, hello. Hello. Hello, hello.
Oh my goodness. Everybody is so happy in the chat to finally see you here with us today. Thank you so much. First and foremost, tech issues do happen. So I know that you guys are so used to this one. And thank you so much for staying and, just greeting each other, highs and
Of
hellos,
course.
right? So if you don't know each other yet, you check out each other in the eventually later. So, in PM Artist Studios live streams and videos, they're like this. Just like us in this community, everybody greets everybody when they come in, right? And that's the same thing with
Oh,
PM
yes.
Artist Studio. Mariah and Patricia would greet everybody that comes in. All right, so Joanne, hello, hello, hello. Of course, we have Mo earlier on. We have Penka Costa de Nova, Jensen, Becky. Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here and see what fun is planned for tonight. Yes, St. Louis area here. Gosh, yes, we have people from crafters from everywhere. Thank you so much. Yes, I can't wait to see pics of them in Makers. Yes, absolutely. Hi, Joanne. There you go. Everybody's, of course, this is Cookie Wookie. This is actually Patricia and Mariah's awesome moderator, right? So when I went there for the first time,
The
guys,
best.
I couldn't, I was asking so many things. And Mo, I didn't know. I was calling him Cookie Cookie. Okay, it's actually Mo
Well,
for
that is
short, right? Was putting on links, right? So it's like I was clicking on them and downloading them, right? And going and bookmarking
uh,
everything. So Mo is super awesome. Thank you so much, Mo. Right. Not feeling brave enough for that yet, said Zenjen. Again, thank you so much, guys, for being here. And of course, we have Wims. Good morning. Good morning. Woo. Pam of PJB Stamper, thank you so much. Guys, if you do have questions, anything, okay, about gel printing, okay, we focus on gel printing today, okay, please do put them in the chat. And we do have a poll, okay, we do want to know, have you tried gel printing before, right? So that Patricia and Mariah can more or less, gauge, okay, at what level they should, share with us the tips and techniques for gel printing. Yes, dance party. Yes, I even make my guests do a little bit of aerobics before. All right, there you go. I heard Mariah dance like that in the Lizard Lounge. I'll try to stay
she
awake because
did.
I've been up since 3 a.m. Oh, thank you so much, Wims. There you go. Images by Gretchen. Okay, hi, Gretchen. I know yesterday she
Hey,
mentioned
Kristen.
that she has been watching you guys as well for the longest time. Yes, listening in lurk mode. Okay, off to anniversary dinner for my sister. Thank you so much,
Ooh,
Gretchen. No, I'm not tech savvy. We actually did have a lot of tech issues at the back. Happy
we did.
anniversary to your sister, Gretchen, said Mo. Hello, Laura, from joining us from New York. Thank you so much. We can hear you, PM. Thank you, Becky. Yes, at any point in time that we don't hear us, please do tell us in the chat. We really appreciate that. Hi, Irma and Lishay Bute. Yes, this is Linda. She's an artist. Okay, so thank you
Okay.
so much. And she is a moderator of Gretchen. Okay. Okay, images by Gretchen. Gel printing is addictive. Absolutely. Hola, everyone. Hello. Hello, this is Deli Stamper Girl. Thank you so much for being here. And guys, yes, please do share this, awesome live stream. Okay, I don't know if and when we can have them back. So, make sure you're here right now. And we have Gigi, okay, off from Australia. Hi, G. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. Yes, there you go. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, again, the chat is amazing. Thank you. Hi, Dana. Dana was here actually also earlier on. All right. So, Patricia and Mariah, first and foremost, thank you once again. Before we start, I actually do something like a fast talk with my guest. All right. So,
Okay.
it's a way to get to know Patricia's eyes like, huh? Don't worry. Nothing sensational, anything like that. Okay. So,
Oh,
it's
no, we're
just,
good. Careful.
okay.
You might get to know more than you want to know.
All right, there you go. So it's just something that I know, a way to get to know our guest a little bit better. Okay, with random questions. So Patricia and Mariah, I will intentionally ask each one of you. Okay, like I'll say Mariah, I'll say Patricia. So you know
Okay.
who's going to answer. Okay, and then no thinking. Just top of the head and no explanation. Just
Oh.
answer.
Oh.
Okay, just answer. Blurt
You
it
know
out.
not what you ask for.
All right, no
Okay,
worries.
well, we're
Okay.
we're ready.
All
We're
right, we're
ready.
ready. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Patricia, what's the first art supply you reach for when starting a project?
Paint.
Mariah, describe your artistic style in one word.
Awesome.
Ah,
Ah!
Patricia, coffee or tea while
Well,
doing art. Patricia, coffee or
Coffee.
tea?
coffee.
Okay, Mariah, what's your favorite art technique to teach?
Oh,
Come on.
all of them?
All of them. All
Hey,
right.
she has a special style of collage.
Yeah, it's tiny
Collage.
tearing.
All right. Patricia, morning or night, when do you feel most creative?
Night.
Nighttime.
So, Mariah, if you could spend a day with any artist, living or dead, who would it be?
Hi, Mom.
Aw. All right.
Oh.
Last question because it's ending. Okay. So, chocolate, okay, or gift?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, for being
Oh,
so
that was fun.
awesome. Okay, that was just to relax everybody and get to know our our guests. Again, first and foremost, thank you so much. Now we go into okay, the start. Okay, but first we want to get to know you. Right? We want to get to know you both.
Okay.
I have actually been, of course, I'm already a part of their awesome community. Also, they have a Facebook page, a group, private group where I'm also a part of. And that is where you take what you learn from watching Patricia and Mariah and then apply it and share it into their awesome community, right? So all the links actually, guys, are in the description of this video, right? So, and we will show it actually in a bit. My moderator daughter, I think, is still trying to log in. All right. So, first and foremost, can you tell us a little bit, okay, of how you got started with gel printing and what drew you to this medium? Actually, that's how I
Well,
found
she
you.
is the yes. No, I mean, and Pete is the gel printer. That is. I have done it what twice. Whenever you have been gone. That's
I was
I
incapacitated.
I only gel print when she's not here to judge me and yell at me. And then I know, but then what's hilarious is she'll come back and she'll watch the replay,
Mm-hmm.
and I hear her hollering at the screen. So yeah, that's exactly why I do it, not with her around. I'm just not there yet.
All right, so that's
But
Mariah. How about
Pete,
Patricia? How about P? Yes, we call each other P and F.
Well, I had a gel plate forever, and it just sat there and looked at
you
me.
don't have to yell.
I don't have to
I
yell.
don't think you have to yell.
Are you picking up my? Okay.
Yes, we can. We can.
This is really this thing in the ear. How do people do this?
I know
Sorry
one of these
about
days
that.
we'll get all professional with the,
Yeah.
foamy things and whatnot.
Foamy things work
I
better.
don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
It's the
When we
same.
can
It's the same,
hire an
but
audio
yeah.
person.
Some people though they like it like
Okay.
Oh,
that.
I
Yeah.
requested better earbuds.
Yes, we are a mother-daughter
Yes.
duo. We
There
are.
you go. All
So
right.
let me just talk for her. So
Mm,
here's the whole thing. She bought this gel plate because she told me she's like we'd messed around with a lot of different things, and she's like, I really want one of these gel plates. I've seen
mm-hmm.
them, I've heard about them, and so that's kind of the next thing that I want to start, trying. So then she bought one, and then she spent. I mean, weeks. Like there were just papers everywhere. There was paint everywhere, and then she kept complaining about her shoulder hurting because she hadn't, been used to doing the whole brayering out thing. And then, yeah, so that's kind of how she got started.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay.
That's how
So,
I got started. After watching hundreds of hours
Yes, of all the
hundreds of
various
hours.
other gel printer
of them,
channels.
yeah.
Mariah, Patricia, that actually made me feel a little better. Because just like
Oh, good.
Patricia, how you started, I've had this like the gel plates. I love that. I bought different sizes. I bought the small one, the big one, the circle one, the oval one. You know how it is, right? When you're a beginner, it's like maybe I can do this.
Yeah.
You buy everything, and then it just sat there for a very long time. So I actually resonate with that. But before we continue on, can I just request for something? You know, when Patricia and Mariah comes goes live, they have this super nice intro, like a cute intro with a song that I love so much, and I want you to hear it. Right? So can we do that?
Okay.
All right,
Of
there you go.
course. We love.
Awesome.
All right. All right, everybody. We're so happy that you're here. And by the way, this is P over here,
Am over there,
Patricia,
Mariah,
and together we
we
are
are PM
PMR
Artist
Studio.
Studio.
There you go,
It's,
guys.
it's, it's a
How
lot
awesome is
better when
that?
you're across from each other.
See? Balloons. Awesome.
Yay!
Imagine, okay? So they're not only artists,
Oh, I love it.
in terms of, doing the art with their hands, they also have good singing voice. Don't you think so, guys? Awesome. All right.
Well, today
All
was a
right.
little that was a little off, but
Okay. All right.
I
So,
did notice that there was a question in the chat about
okay. Jen
how
Jen.
long we
Yes.
have or how long P
Yeah.
has been doing this, and
Yes.
yeah, and so what, 3 4 years now, coming up, I think coming up on 4 years she
It's
has
coming
owned.
up on 4. I've been doing it for 3.
Right, because we started out just
Wow.
like probably a lot like everybody else, like you kind
Mm-hmm.
of, I mean, we scrapbooked. Okay, I had my baby. I made her come and like live with me, and then I was like, okay, well we got this baby. She just lays there. So and we have of course like a million pictures of her. So we started like scrapbooking, and we
Yes.
and it became like we still have pieces and parts and partial scrapbooking because then the baby doesn't stay a baby very long, and
Yeah.
then life becomes just more crazy, and then you're like, well, someday I'll get back to that perhaps or whatever, but then things just kind of progress, and we were doing art things in the evening, then we started doing the cards because it was like, okay, well, if we're going to do this PM artist studio thing, we should make a thing that maybe will turn into something we can sell. And then that's sort of how so it was like scrapbooking led to the card making, then the card making with the alcohol inks and the different
Mm-hmm.
embossing folders and papers and all of that sort of thing. And then she got the gel plate. That's the quick like
And
transition through
then
products.
came in stencils.
Well,
Oh
and then so
yes.
with the gel printing was a natural progression into, okay, well, this thing's really cool. She got really great at slapping down paint, but now what? And
Okay.
then she,
Yes.
she
Yes.
I,
On
I
that
bought
note,
some stencils and I was very
okay, hold on.
dissatisfied.
She wants,
oh yes,
okay,
actually,
go ahead.
actually, Patricia and I are like on the same point. I'm going there as well, right? So, as paper crafters, card makers, we do have like an arsenal. Say an arsenal of
Uh-huh.
stencils.
You can use all that.
Exactly, but guys, when I finally, I binge watch PMR, they are like, it's my whole day. Okay, after I've gone through all my friends' videos for the day, okay, it's PM Artist Studio the whole day, right? Because I really love, their show. I'm, binge
Oh,
watching, going back. All right, so the thing is,
oh.
they use a different kind of stencils, guys. It's not the kind that we normally use for art card making. It is still stencil, but in a way also different. So the best way to actually, understand what I'm saying is to actually watch them. Okay, so I actually have this one, guys. So hold on, I will just go to where is that one? I think it's
Oh,
this one.
wow.
All right, guys. Okay, so this is
Look at
this
that.
is actually I absolutely recommend this. All right, so the one that really like I went in hook, line, and sinker into the community was when I
Oh,
was
that's
this was
great.
one of the videos. It was about a month ago where although I've been watching them prior to that, but after this was like, okay, I'm really sold onto this. I'm gonna be here forever. So this is a gel printer's guide beginners. Okay, and season ones, because the thing, this was the episode last month and there was one 2 years ago, so all the links for these two videos on PM Artist Studios YouTube channel is also in the link of this video, and hopefully my moderator daughter will also put that later on in the chat. She's in class right now, so she is multitasking, right? So the way that Patricia and Mariah collaborated in doing this was like, as a beginner, I have so many questions because I binge watch. Okay, when I started following them, I said, "Oh, that is super nice." So I came in. I think maybe mid live stream. So I said, "Okay, I have to watch the replay so I can see how you created this one." And I don't know if it was Patricia or Mariah said, I don't think so. I think you have to go back several episodes." So I said, "Oh." So it's like, so now so came to me that to actually create really, really nice patterns with all the things that we normally really want to know, it's not as if you do it in one single sitting, right? So sometimes it
That's
does
right.
take time. But on that,
Many.
there is a way. Of course, we always have to start with the basics. So next question for our guest for today. Okay, and then we'll go back to that. There's so many in the chat. Okay, everybody saying hi to everybody. Okay, here is how I actually could easily see your questions, friends. Okay, so I'm using eCam, and the best way, if you have a question or a comment, you put a Q colon before your question. A comment, a special comment, C colon, and then comment. Because that one I can easily see. Okay, and I can filter and and put out the questions immediately because the chat is so fast. I might miss it, right? So there you go. So please do put a Q colon for questions and C colon comment. Okay, before your actual question or comment. Okay, now so next question. I'm sure. How do you start? Where do you start? So, like me, I bought all the things. I'm not even sure if I should have bought them. All right. So, Patricia and Mariah. So, if you are a beginner, okay, in gel plate printing, okay, so what is your advice in terms of like tools?
Okay, number one is to go
Mhm.
over there and purchase that gel printer guide.
Awesome.
No, you really don't have to do. Yeah, you don't really have to do that.
Okay,
You say that though.
I'm a lot better at showing you rather than telling you.
Okay, so we'll do
I'm going
that.
to move over to my area.
All right.
No, we're not ready for that yet because we're just she's itching. This is
Hey,
why
I don't, yeah, this is,
Yes. Okay. So
she's
that's a good
terrible
enough
at this,
question.
mommy
Okay.
guy.
Oh, it's okay because I am also like that. I show it. It's okay, Patricia. You're doing great, my friend. All right. So, okay. So we will
This is why
see.
I'm the chatty one. You've got to
Uh,
keep her busy.
all right. So you will see the actual, okay, what P means, okay, in a little bit. Okay. Just the cliffhangers a little bit more, guys. Okay. So there you go. So okay, next one. Okay, so the tools you will see in a little bit. I know about the techniques, of course, that is better seen than just we talking about it, right? So maybe just before we end this very short interview, because everybody wants to see, right? Okay, is that just reminders, the normal like things to do not do, okay, as a beginner, like things to not do or do as a beginner in terms of
Things.
mindset, expectations, stuff
I
like
think
that.
you should just do it all and mess it up, make a big mess.
Yeah, she's a big firm believer in the. I mean, it's just with a lot of things. It's
Jump
just
in.
yeah, just get in there and do it. Um, that's just
It's just paper.
that's right.
Awesome.
It is just
Just
paper.
paper.
It's just paint. And I would highly recommend if you are starting out and like you don't own paints already,
Mhm.
then don't invest in really fancy paints. Just either
Oh,
use what
okay.
you already have or buy a set that has a good variety of colors so you can kind of play around with that. That's a great way.
I
And then get started.
totally endorse that.
Paper matters though. Paper
And
matters.
I have it
Paper.
over there. I will show you shortly.
All
Yeah, the
right.
32-pound hammer mill.
All right. So guys, okay, so as Patricia and Mariah are preparing, okay, to do a magic swap. So you will actually now see Patricia and overhead, and of course we're still Mariah will still be with us, all right? So absolutely maybe in the chat helping us, okay, with the chat. And of course, also commenting on the different techniques and tips. All right. And so without further ado, let's bring Patricia and answer your basic questions. Of course, Patricia has this awesome way of teaching us. You don't even need to like tell her what where to start. Okay, but if you do have questions along the way, yes, please feel free to put them Q colon before the question, please, so I can easily see it and put it up on screen and ask Patricia. All right. Hi again, Patricia.
Well, I want you to know I have listed
Okay. All right.
six. Okay, I can't do that. That's making me crazy.
Okay.
Okay.
So, mommy, she won't be able to, or Lala, she
Okay.
won't be able to hear you, but I will pass
Okay.
along the info.
Yes,
Thank you so
because
much,
I
Mariah.
just
All right.
that's just like I can't do it.
Okay.
Okay, basically I listed six things here that are of the utmost importance if you are starting gel printing.
Mm-hmm.
And I really spent a lot of time on this. And this list may have changed a little from my other list because I tried to condense it.
Yeah, and they
Mm.
always, I think with anything, it's always going to kind of change as your needs and wants with what you're doing
Mm-hmm.
are going to change.
It
Awesome.
is, and I can't know what you want it to do. That's something you have to decide. So when you hear this list, I want you to think about what is your goal on gel printing? Where do you want to go? And if you're just venturing in and you have an adventuresome spirit and you really just want to play with it, that's the very best way to do it. Honestly, it really is. Okay, I love what Lala said. She said she had a whole bunch of different gel plates. Hey, if you did that, don't worry. I have I can't even count. I have many gel plates. But if you have not purchased one yet and you really want to, don't get anything bigger than an 8 by 10. In fact, I would say go more with a 5 by 7.
5 by 7.
You can control your paint and your variables better. With that smaller plate, and you won't have to get a great huge brayer, and you'll use a lot less paint and paper. So it's economically the wise thing to do. Number two, and I really, look, I got out some of my early gel prints. Are you seeing this?
Yeah.
Ay, beautiful.
You see what happens here. And I know these are early because this is that copy paper that's not, you know, this the kind that you get when you're just printing up a bunch of stuff and you don't really care what quality it is. It's very thin. I don't even know what it is. But you can use it. And I mean, it's okay. I
Yeah.
don't recommend it because I think it causes a lot of problems. I can't tell you how many.
Well, and I can remember that you were pretty frustrated and you're like, I just don't know what the deal is. And then you came across a video where they did talk about that paper and you're like, I'm going to try the paper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now,
Thank you,
I'm
Lala.
going to bring in gel plate because it's a lot better to talk about something and show it than just, yammer on. Is my feeling. Okay. Here is a small gel plate. And actually, I think this is one we cut.
It looks like it.
We cut up a 12 by 12 into smaller sizes. And see, you can kind of see on this edge here.
Okay, and then I
Yeah.
got to, every time you talk about that, I got to say, we have heard directly from Gel Press that they do not recommend that you cut up your plates. We have
Oh,
cut up two. We're
really?
okay with it. Life has gone on, and it's
Yeah,
not a big deal.
I cut one too. Okay,
You
and
got a little sharper edges, and it's kind of hard to do.
yes, Patricia
Yeah.
here.
Okay, say that again, Lala.
Yes, from the lease. Okay, I got the
Oh,
big one
okay.
to cut it out into shapes. Is that even possible? Yes, they're saying yes, right?
Well, okay.
But not
I
recommended.
don't know about shapes. I mean,
Oh, shapes.
yeah, that
Ah,
seems pretty tricky to me. Yeah,
ah,
shapes seem tricky. Now, if you were cutting like, triangles and little squares, yeah,
yeah.
that's easy enough. But I would
Yeah,
say if you do want like the round or the other shapes, yeah, buy those from like the sets. because
Yeah.
it'll make your life a lot easier. Because it's pretty tricky because you have
Yeah,
to think
it really is.
it's kind of a rubbery surface, and you want to make sure that like you have a knife that is like a very sharp X-Acto, and once you start cutting, you need to be committed to the cut.
Exactly. All right. Thank you so
That's
much.
yeah.
Mariah did this. I didn't do this, so I totally happy with it. You know, you might not think that you would use this one a lot.
Oh, she loves that one,
I love this
and
one,
that's a piece
and
left over.
especially for card makers, because you can do all kinds of fancy little stuff on this little size
Oh,
and
yes. I
flip
can
it over and
imagine.
put it right
Awesome
down. All right,
borders.
now do you notice what I have? I'm pounding on here.
Yeah, she's saying that it's awesome, like for borders and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
this plexiglass is going to be the best thing that happens to you. Susan Fernandez, who's a regular in our group, mentioned the other day, and I saw it in the live chat. She said, make sure you tell them about the layering. What you see on the surface of your gel plate isn't what you're going to be getting. What you're going to be getting is on this side. It's like glass painting.
Yeah.
Okay? That is hard to understand. And when you're layering, that's one of the, because you have to think about 3 steps ahead.
Mhm.
And it's really difficult at first. Well, it is for me. I don't know. I'm directionally challenged, so
Yeah, that is one of the
that
things
might
to
have something to
get
do with
used
it.
to.
All right, I got these 2 plates out here because after a while, and look at this is our kitty, they're going to yellow out a little bit. This is, who knows how old this one is. This is another one cut, I can tell you, because it has sharp edges right here. And it's a little bit wonky.
Mm-hmm.
In the long run, that doesn't matter. They do yellow out. You notice I have a piece of white paper underneath here. Don't be trying to gel. You know, one of the things I see people, you know, with wooden surfaces or really cool designs in the background.
That's going to distract you.
It's going to distract you, and it's going to give you false information. You're not going to be able to see the color you've got down here, especially if you're dealing with transparent colors.
Wow,
Okay,
that's
let's
great
get back to my list
advice.
here. Plexiglass, showed you that.
She says that's great advice.
Make sure that you get the bubbles out. Now, some people lift their plate and do, you know, pull it off the paper and all this kind of stuff. I don't recommend that. You're stretching it. You're putting pressure on that plate, and it's going to, after a while, disfigure your plate.
Yeah.
I don't do that. If I can't get it off of here, I just take it to the sink and wash it off. Paper and all. Okay. 4 to 6 inch brayer. I'm not sure what this is, but let's give it a measure here.
4.
Okay, if I can see my. Yeah.
It's a clear
this
object.
Is a 4 inch. This is a good size. Now the other one that I really do like is the 6 inch. But this is, look at this, is going to cover the entire plate.
Mm-hmm.
This is a
Speedball.
Speedball. There's another one, and I'm trying to think of the name of it. I don't know what it is, but it's plastic.
Yeah, so a lot of the ones that you'll see on, you know, whether you're ordering from Blick or wherever, actually, even if it's Amazon, Speedball only carries certain sizes. So if you start getting into some of these bigger, kind of funkier sizes, what you're going to see are hard brayers.
Yeah, because I have those, and I can make those. I can make those work.
Yeah.
But to begin with, you need to just stay with this size. Don't worry about that other stuff. Okay. Excellent. Okay, number 4, copy paper. Look at this. I just filled out my little slot here with this, and so I had it real handy. It's Hammer Mill premium color copy paper, and it says perfect for important documents.
Okay, so something to keep in mind, because we know that lots of you guys are not necessarily here in the United States. So what you're really going to be looking for is anything that is similar to like a presentation style paper.
Okay.
Because that would be Yeah. Okay.
Comparable, yes, because you really
Okay.
it's really mostly about that 32 pound and it being a premium copy paper because it kind of has a slicky finish to it. It's just it just really you'll notice like if you do use it with inkjet or whatever, you get kind of a nicer print. That's
Mm-hmm.
the type of paper like Epson makes them. And even I think a lot of the brands that are throughout Europe or whatever, Mo might be able to drop in the information because I think she has said that because Mo's over in the UK that there's some a brand there that they get.
And it is very white paper, and that's what you want when you're starting out. You don't want to have to deal with paper as an issue. Okay, so I broke that down. Or use, and today we're going to use some scrapbook papers because Mariah found some for me.
Yes, because we thought that just like what you guys we when we talked about earlier, us
Mm-hmm.
being starting out with the scrapbooking, then you probably have a bunch of papers that you didn't like because it came in the pack. There's always those papers that are like I bought the pack because I liked like three of the papers, and then there's that other set of
Yeah,
stuff that just sits around. So we now can give something to do with that and hopefully alter them into a point of now I can use them again.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And
Well,
you really
yes.
honestly can. I
Friends,
use them all the
okay,
time.
just to
I
uh,
use them. I've used up almost all my old ones.
all right. Hold on, Patricia. Okay,
Okay, go
Mariah.
ahead.
Okay. So just Mo, I actually gave you moderator status for now so that if there are things
Oh,
that you feel we can actually because Mo knows all the links. The best links for PMR
she does.
Studio.
No, that's also me.
Yes, so you can
Yeah.
kindly, I would love, love, love for you to put all those links in there. Thank you so much, Mo, in advance. Sorry, but I'm so happy you're
Oh,
here. So,
and yes, us too. And she made a great point. What you want to avoid, absolutely do not, can't not express it enough. Do not use photo paper on your gel plate. It
oh
will stick
yes,
and rip
And it
and
will pull little divots out. I
yeah,
have one like that.
because she didn't
no
know that it
photo
was that
paper.
paper and she grabbed it and don't even mix it in with your papers that you're gonna, because you might get in a little printing
Accidentally.
frenzy. That's what she did, and then she grabbed it. She thought it was regular paper, and then she got it down, and then pulled a little chunk out of the side of her
Yeah. I
gel
All
plate.
felt
right.
lucky that I didn't ruin the whole place. It was just a little chunk. Unfortunately, it was in a corner.
Yeah.
I flipped it over and put it onto the plexiglass. So, yeah, that one corner is still kind of wonky, but it's okay. Now, something that is optional, but the reason I went with it, and I want to bring this up because I know there are more people than me that have skin issues.
No, yeah, it's all on your side, but yeah, no, just hold it more towards the middle. There,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
there you go, perfect.
Okay, sorry. A Baron. I was using my fingers to smooth it out. Didn't think anything about it. My fingers were so broken out, itchy, and whatnot. I had to wear band-aids on them. I mean, we have videos, which, didn't stop me from anything. Took me a while to figure out what was going on. And it's not the paint. It's whatever they put in the paper. I think it's more the sizing.
Well, and you have to keep in mind that this happened because I used to work at a printing company, but a lot of the people in the back that were handling the paper all the time,
Mm-hmm.
they just moisture out of your hand. So something to keep in mind that if you are sensitive, that you may want to either wear gloves if that's kind of the route that you want to go with, or a Baron is a big saver, not only for that aspect of it, but also just for the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're printing a bunch,
Yes.
it's going to affect you, like just in your hands and in your shoulder.
So and and
I
and
need
yeah,
one
and
of those.
it really honestly is, and your fingers.
Yes.
Okay, so bearing is optional, and we do have a wonderful person that we get ours from, and he's small business,
Yep.
and you can purchase a Baron from big companies,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but Anthony is wonderful.
Yeah, so the wooden baron that P just showed
Yeah,
is from
That one.
Anthony Cody Wood Designs or yeah, Cody Woodcraft on Etsy. But he hand that you want to be a specific you can kind of
I have a very broad palm, and I wanted mine, but I have short fingers. So I look at that. I mean, and plus, no, that's just extra. And the other thing that I like about these, I utilize this part because you can see it's slightly convex.
Okay.
Vex goes out, cave goes in.
Okay.
Okay, I use this when I'm trying to get my stencil down into areas, and especially if you're like me and you never wash your stencils after a while, they build up. Paint. All right, I'm going to talk more about that and just get into it because I
Yeah.
think we've
Yeah.
yada 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 long enough. I pulled
But
off.
and again, I mean, not only do we have like our guide that you can buy, and Lala was so sweet to put that in the description, and that link is available everywhere. But we have tons of resource that is for free over on our
Mhm.
website. If you go through our old blog posts, we have listed multiple times the information, especially the basics. The super basic items do not change. I mean, it's like you need the brayer, you need gel plate, you need some paper and some paint. Then you can get
Yes.
started and you can kind of worry about the rest of that.
All right. And of
Oh, look,
course,
we got
thank you again,
balloons.
Mo,
Oh,
for putting all the links.
All
Guys,
right,
if
I
you're looking for the
did
links,
this
it's
early.
there. Sorry,
Sorry.
sorry, Patricia. Go ahead. Go ahead.
okay, cool. No, I'm interpreting for her, so like I'm giving her hand signals when you're talking.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know. I can't do that here.
It's
I'm so
okay,
sorry.
Patricia. I
I
feel
know I
you. No
really I suck at
worries.
this, but I just can't do it.
She
It's
says
good.
she feels you. No
Yeah.
worries.
Thank
No
you. I
worries.
appreciate that. If I started out doing this when I was much younger, I might be better at it, but I'm too old.
I don't think so. I think this hearing thing is somewhat, just something that's always sort of been there a little bit. A little bit.
You're
Selective
okay.
hearing,
Yes.
Mariah calls it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got my gel plate. I'm going to show you this side.
Uh-huh.
All right, this was a really I already had this down on there, and I thought this is an excellent idea because do you see this kind? I don't know if that's showing up. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Why am I not seeing on my screen?
I don't know. Don't worry about it. You're good. You're in a good spot.
Okay,
You're good.
so you see oily residue here, and I need to talk about that.
If you want to hold it up into the technology a little bit and give it a little side thing.
Can you see that little kind of that area
Yeah.
there? That's from cleaning up the plate to make sure that it is going to perform as it did when you first got it. Because after a while, the paint is going to build up and you need to clean your plate. One way to do it is what I'm doing here. I put down a layer of very sticky, in this case, I can tell you exactly what it was. Is that better?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I'm in the dark.
Oh, no, you're good now. Do you want more light over there?
I don't know. I mean, if it's good up there, I'm okay.
There.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. This is expensive paint, and you don't need this.
No.
Oh, yes,
I'm just
golden.
telling you
Yeah.
right now. If you want to get a little higher quality paint, go with the smaller sizes.
Here, over here. So like that.
Yes.
And the thing is that something to keep in mind because like earlier, what we were saying about if you're starting out, you don't have paints, and you're like, oh, well, hey, I kind of have a decent budget and I want
Mm-hmm.
to try these paints. That really is the time because you can get a variety of colors and really, you get more bang for your buck because then when you're going to come back and replace those colors, then you go, okay, well, you're going to pay a little bit more for those bigger bottles and things, but now at least you know which colors that you really
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well,
Makes sense.
I
Absolutely.
don't know. I love this color. I'm going on my third bottle of this.
She loves this color.
I like this color a lot more than Mariah does. It's not her go-to color.
No.
But that's what I put down to pull this. But that crackly business on there is something that really, you don't need to worry about that right now. I mean, it's just something that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you can tell by the way this is pulling off of here. Look at how easy that was.
Awesome.
If you're struggling to get it off of there, it's time to do a little
Okay.
maintenance.
And then just hold it kind of slowly because we are utilizing different kind of technologies here. So just move slowly into the camera so that way they can kind of see that cool crackly.
Wow.
Is that good?
She's got, you're doing good. I love it. You did
Yes.
good.
Thank you.
Is that good?
Yeah, that way they
Yes.
can, yeah,
Oh,
appreciate the,
appreciate the crackle.
yeah.
Well, I can show you how to get that. All right. Now, I want you to notice here, and I'm going to do this for you, because I had to learn this from somebody online, on a video. This is packing tape, right? All right.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Clear packing tape, and I don't know what.
All right, here's the deal with the clear packing tape. Now, I'm a very sensitive person to sound.
Oh yeah.
I love this.
I didn't mind the other.
I love this tape because you can't hear it. It's actually called noiseless packing tape.
I like that,
Really?
Ricky.
There
You can,
is such
you can,
thing.
yes,
All right.
yes.
So if you are sensitive, yeah, they've got that. And what you do is you
Oh,
just push on it, and it's going to pull that off. Can you see what? Pardon me.
yes, it
Yeah.
did pick
What
it
got pulled
up.
off there? You might think that that's not going to be important, but those edges are what mess you up. That's where your paint is going to grab onto your paper and start the rip.
Okay. Now, and then here's a little bit of
Oh.
side information regarding this sort of cleaning business. Again, this really goes back to how do you want to use your gel plate? Because a lot of people are like,
Okay.
oh, well, I just let all the, build up and I've been using it that way for years. Just please keep in mind, if you do not clean or condition your plate, you do run the risk. Now, it might be 10 years, 20 years, or whatever, that your plate will fall apart. It will crack because
Yeah,
you have not conditioned it, and all that has happened is just the paint just keeps sucking all of that,
yeah, it's like skin,
kind of. Yeah.
you know.
But just something to keep in mind. You
See
may
what
want to
we
clean
got
it every
off?
once in a while.
Now that isn't, that's not earth-shatteringly. And if I wasn't demonstrating this, I probably wouldn't even worry about that. And as you can see, I've got some other mucky muck on the other side of my nice little.
But
That's
and I think that it's
this
important.
is on the back side.
It's important in the beginning to keep a clean plate because then again you are negating any crazy other factors that may be
Yeah,
Oh, what is
at
that
play
P is
because
using
that's
right now, Mariah? Sorry, I just.
oh oh yeah, no, this is a great tool. Everybody should have one of those just because like it's a great tool for like all things scrapey. But it's just a razor blade like to peel stickers off of things,
yeah.
Oh,
but
so
it's
it's a
just in a little
razor.
cookie.
Okay,
And I
okay.
clean up those edges, but if it's not interfering with my right here on my plate, I don't worry about
Here, why don't you show them that tool? They're real. And see,
this.
yeah, you're
This
zipping.
is what you scrape off your old registration thing on your window of your
Not,
car.
they don't know how to do that anymore. I don't.
All right. So
But
it
yeah,
is.
for
It
sure.
is
Or,
sharp.
paint around the window if you're a sloppy painter and you don't
Yeah.
tape
Oh
it.
no. So what you do is it actually holds razor blades, like
Yeah,
the flat
that's a
razor
razor
blades.
blade.
Oh,
And
all
you
right,
can
all
pull
right.
that razor blade out and
It
replace it.
slide. Yes. Yeah. It slides out of there, so it has
See?
a little grippy thing which you can click it in and out, but then the blade itself slides out of the side to replace it.
Yeah, it's the most marvelous tool.
Oh, it's
The blade
fantastic.
that's in there right now needs replacing. It's pretty sucky.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
now where are we here?
Mhm.
Okay, paint. We're back to paint. I want to talk about paint.
Oh yes, and good call. Moses, just please note that she was scraping the acrylic and not the gel plate. That is
Oh,
true.
thank you, Mom. Gotcha.
Okay, so
And
it's
you do
used to
want to keep
clean the
you want
acrylic. Okay.
not get too excited and split your plate there. That wouldn't be
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Good call, Mo.
good call. And you can take these to the sink and
Soak them in the Murphy's oil. All the
soak them
paint will
and,
just kind of.
and rub them
Yeah.
off with the backside of the sponge, your kitchen sponge type thing.
Yeah.
Okay, now you saw that I grabbed this little golden paint over here, and this is called fluid acrylics. Okay,
Hold it up into the technology a little better.
fluid acrylics. Well, here, let me get a
Yeah.
big one
You're
so
right.
you can read it.
Right there.
Right there.
Right there.
Fluid acrylics. Okay, then you have something called high flow acrylics. These have a little ball in it.
And a
Oh,
nozzle.
and a nozzle.
Mm-hmm.
They're very watery. That is how you get the effect of this.
Oh,
This paint
wow.
was used right there. Just did it the other day.
Yeah, and so you'll notice like kind of that crazy crackling
Yeah.
cellular,
And it's also, you can see it's ever so slightly translucent. It isn't as heavy duty as
Mm.
your,
heavy
uh,
body,
yeah,
or even the just the
regular this one,
yeah.
fluid acrylic.
Mhm.
So it's water. It's a little more watery, and you can get this nice business going on there. I like that. Some people don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, one last thing, and then we're going to actually do something here. Golden is the only people that I know that do this.
Yeah, the open
The
paint.
open paint. Sometimes when you're starting out, you are frustrated because you can't make what happens on the plate happen before it dries.
Okay. So, is there an alternative brand for that cool product other than the golden? Yes. So,
You want me to drag in Hippie Crafter? Or
well, the funny thing is that a lot of kind of, more cost efficient, more uh, economical.
reasonable?
There we go. Economical paints will actually do that crazy crackling business.
Yeah, they will.
Mm.
Um, it's really what you want to look for in a paint that is going to be more likely to do that crazy crackling business is that it is more more watery in its viscosity.
Less
Excellent.
viscous.
Yeah,
More
that's the word.
Yeah, less
Viscosity.
viscous. Okay.
Okay, now
Yeah.
you can buy golden that already have an acrylic paint retarder inside of it.
Yeah.
Or you can use this. Just apply it to the product. If you have a heavy body paint that you would like it to be more, it stays wet longer on your plate, you can mix this in. My caveat on that is put your paint down first, add a little of this, and mix it up.
Right.
Because if you just squirt this out on the plate, you're going to have a bald spot where this was.
Because it acts almost as a resist.
It does.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how long you mix it in, it's
Mhm.
still there.
Yeah.
So that is something.
All right, get some
Okay,
paint down, woman.
paint down. Let's get some paint down. Talk about brayering and
And brayering is
brayering.
a technique in itself.
It is, and I'm going to just start out because I think the fluid acrylics probably are the easiest to get the hang of it. I started out with I just used the paints that I had, which were all heavy body acrylics.
Yeah.
In a tube. Because, pardon me, my husband's also an artist, and he paints using acrylics. So
You got 1 hour.
I have to get her done in 1 hour. I think I can do it.
All right.
Okay.
You got to let her know, Lala.
Yeah, you do. Because I'll just go on here. I can be here.
Just got to let her know.
We're just starting to get into my time of night.
Yeah. She's
This is where
happy.
I come alive.
Yeah. I'm usually in bed. I may have to just let her keep running, and we've threatened to put like a webcam on her, but I don't know what else she does up here at night, like when she's just snacking or whatever.
You need to have a paper to get your brayer off on.
Yes, and
Oh,
our
brayer
lovely Becky that is here, she has a great suggestion. We just don't have the room for it. I need to find P like a little clipboard. But what she does is she has a clipboard and has paper like stacked and held in place with the clipboard for the brayer offs. Because that's the other thing. Like we used to use just junky paper for that, but then P was like, well, no, I'm going to start brayering off onto good paper because she started utilizing those just as much as the good prints. So it's such a great way to, again, just, or if you do just want your kind of junky paper or papers that you have, just whatever you want to do, but it's a great way to utilize papers that maybe have already been used.
And see, look at that already. Isn't that
See?
cool? I mean, holy cow. Now, this that I just flipped down here, this is something else that you probably want to invest in. Simply because it's called deli paper. And I can't move mine because if I do, it's going to knock over a whole bunch of other stuff. It's got to
Oh
place
yes,
it
I
in
love
Well,
deli
what
paper.
Mo, you love deli paper. Okay, well, and Mo
Yes.
can drop the link if you want to know this for the big size, because it took us a long time to actually find this particular size of
Yeah.
deli paper.
And you can actually print on this. I mean, obviously, duh. But I like it.
Mainly for the rubbing of the background stuff
Right.
and whatnot.
All right. Now, I'm going to show you the piece of paper what it looked like before I printed it.
Oh,
Look at
look
that.
at you. Can you pick the plate
Oh.
up and put it into the
Sure.
technology a little bit more? So that's just scrapbook paper right there.
Yeah.
And there you go. So now it's been altered.
Now it's been altered. And,
You went a
it
little
may
zingy with that.
I
Can you
did,
can
and
you
I
do one
really
that's
I apologize for that. We'll try it again. Let's try it again.
step that back?
But I think if you wanted something and you really just wanted it to be pink,
But
well,
I think it's kind of cool how the oranginess of it
it
sort of
doesn't.
comes through.
Can you see
Uh-huh.
Yes.
when you twist it?
It's
You can see the. Well, let's try another. Let's try my favorite color.
Now, here's
Yeah.
another thing before P puts down color and we can kind of discuss. All right, so keep in mind, you see that the flowers and the butterflies of this scrapbook paper are kind of an orangey yellow.
Mm-hmm.
That with the pink, that upped the oranginess of them, but there's not enough contrast there, so it's a very low contrast situation.
And we need to talk about opacity and transparency. If you want to use these papers, and I'm going to show you how to make this pink a little more. Is it
Hmm.
okay if I do that?
Yeah,
Make it a little more transparent?
I think
Is
so.
that's
Okay.
probably not a beginner thing. Okay, we got some stuff out here. I'm not worried about that right now. But
Okay.
maybe I should.
Or you just choose a more transparent paint.
Yeah.
I'm going
Patricia,
to
I
use a
have
more transparent
and
paint.
Mariah,
But
I
I
have
am
a
going to go ahead
beginner
and get this
question.
off of here,
Sorry.
just simply
Okay,
because.
one second. So we got a question coming in. Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
So I saw Patricia put in like little dollops everywhere, like bits and pieces
Yes,
on the gel plate. Is that better than putting like one
and
big
my paper's down
gallop
here, and I
onto
don't.
the,
I
or
just
it doesn't matter?
grabbed my underneath
Okay.
paper.
It does matter, and that was a really good question. So her question was like about your placement of paint onto the gel plate and
Oh,
how much, and does it matter and that sort of thing. And yes, it really does
yeah.
matter. And what's going to kind of what'll happen to you is if you use one size of plate for a while, you get used to paint you're going to put down on that size, and then if you kind of go back down to like a smaller plate, then you're going to be like, gosh, I'm using so much paint, because like you get kind of used to how much paint to put out there, because you want
Mm,
enough down there that when you're brayering out, that you aren't just brayering and brayering and brayering to get that tons of paint that have been put down onto the plate. Because really, that's about like utilizing your brayer is about thinning out that paint onto the plate to get it to a point where, all right, this is going to make sense with whatever it is that you're putting down. If you're just putting down straight paper, then again, depending on what you're looking for, but see, ideally, like with what P's doing with the scrapbook paper, she's
mm-hmm.
going to want a fairly thin coat. So she doesn't need a ton of paint.
I don't need a ton of
Okay.
paint.
And then it's going to kind of depend on what type of paint. So again, with the fluid acrylics that she's using right now, they're much more watery, more
Mm-hmm.
viscous. They are
And
fluid.
and that's why I'm using them with these. And
They tend to be more transparent.
they and really what I'm thinking about here and what I know
Thank
because
you. Thank you,
I'm
Mariah.
a color mixer from way back is the yellow of the butterflies and the flowers here is going to be altered by
Yeah.
the green. So it's just going to be more of a
Mm.
yellow green. But then this color here, which is very transparent, you can see that,
Yeah.
is going to go in where the white is. And you will see what happens here.
Plus, she just loves this color. I
Oh,
don't
I
know if
just
we
love it.
mentioned that or not.
But
Yes, you
I
did.
just, you don't have to get tons of it out there. That's probably
That's
more than I needed. But with this particular paint, I like to have plenty out there. And even if I do come over here and brayer some off, I want enough out there that I can see. And the other thing I will tell you, and I'll show you in just a minute, that you can do, and I actually used to do this. I have a problem um, seeing things on top of clear surfaces. I
Oh,
really
thanks, Mo.
do.
Yeah, I
And
did
look how nice
move some
that
things
came
around.
out.
Look at that. See?
Look at that.
Just ready for the next project.
Oh, wow. A
Now let me
great
bring back the
difference.
original.
See? Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do another pink. I'm really enjoying this. I hope everyone else is.
I love it when you change
Yes.
the colors of the
Um,
another way to utilize this. So again, if you guys don't have a ton of acrylic paints, but maybe you have sprays or even
Mm-hmm.
ink, like the oxides and the, or
The
I mean, oxides
refills?
tend to be a little bit more opaque, but you can use, yeah, you can utilize those products on
Oh,
your gel plate.
awesome.
One thing to keep in mind is they will tend to stain your plate faster than what the paints will, but it's going to happen over
Ah,
time anyway. There's just going to be sort of
yeah,
a,
I
yeah,
don't really like using the sprays, but I know a lot of people do.
yeah.
P
I don't like
PNM. Okay,
using
I just want to show you.
alcohol
I'm
ink on my
actually
gel
crafting
plate.
along
I
with
think
them. So,
Okay.
guys, if you
Oh,
are at home and you're
alcohol
crafting
ink
along,
is
okay,
dry
so
ink.
I am
Okay,
trying out
sorry.
what Patricia is showing us, right? So this is the regular acrylic, and this is
oh,
with
wow. Okay.
I do have that that well, I think I have several of that
Oh,
transparent
oh,
acrylic that Mariah is and Patricia are showing. And look, right? It's so nice. This is a regular pattern paper, okay, for
oh,
card makers. So
cool.
I now see
Yeah.
what they are
Thank
saying,
you.
right? So
And then
guys,
that way I
if
can see if I've got stuff in frame. Because
right,
that was
so
what I was
Yeah.
exactly. So if you
really
guys are at
working on.
home,
All
you
right,
want to join us,
so,
go ahead. Okay, thank you, P. Go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead. So she switched it back now to you.
oh,
But see, if you kind of watch the screen, you'll be able to see if she pops up and starts talking.
yeah, she's talking right now.
Oh,
No
well,
more.
then you still got a delay thing over there.
Yeah,
Go
okay.
ahead.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. So basically, what I do when I run out of something, I've discovered, and it's just recently discovered this. Golden sent us paint, and we paid for the shipping.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huge box. I don't, maybe
No.
60 pounds.
Well, there was two
Oh,
boxes,
there was two boxes.
and I mean, it was kind of crazy. Like I really had not anticipated them sending that much paint, but they have a program for artists or schools or anyway. You go to their website. It's the seconds program, and you fill out information and say what you're going to use it for, and just put in all this, and then if you get approved and you're willing to pay the shipping, they will send you these kind of testing versions.
We
And
don't mislabel things.
yeah.
They just call them seconds.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with any of it that I think we had a lot of mislabeling is what our batch was, because I think almost every paint that they sent us, except for the white maybe, was open.
Yeah, or I would say that probably some of it's just
Yeah, I
expiring
don't,
and things
maybe
of
a
that nature.
test batch or
Hmm.
something. I don't know, but I didn't care. It's fabulous. I use it.
And we
This
plan on, when we hit 10,000 subscribers, we are going to do a giveaway. And
Oh,
so, worth hanging out over on our channel or subscribing over there, because eventually one day when we do hit 10,000 subscribers, we will be giving away some of those, because it's so much we can't use.
yeah,
Like it would be ridiculous.
yeah. It's going to dry up because acrylic paint isn't like good wine. It doesn't get
No, it
bad.
starts to get pretty funky.
Or turns into
Yeah.
solid stuff. I did a thing with that one. Okay, so this airbrush medium, this is cool stuff.
Ooh.
And the thing about it is it's going to let your paint be a little bit more uh, loosey goosey.
Loosey goosey. Y'all
Loosey
understand
goosey,
that?
that's a very accurate term, right? So what I do is I shoot some of that in here. See, airbrush medium. I with 8 drops of iridescent bronze, fine. Now how about that for a recipe? And that was whatever was left inside the thing plus, you know. So I just wait until it's kind of the same viscosity of the what do you call this stuff? Yeah, the high flow. This is fluid. That's high flow. So, and then I'm just going to squirt it out here and kind of mix it around with my pink, which
Uh-huh.
I think this is, I'm hoping this is the same pink.
Sorry about my night bot, Patricia.
Turning
Hi,
my
Mariah.
flare off here because I want to make sure I've got it.
It's, it's okay. I was laughing because I got sent to the NERC by her nightbot.
Now you're moderator.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, because you were.
It didn't love all the love I was given.
I didn't love it.
No, it didn't love the love.
All right, now see, look at that.
Oh, that's funny.
And somebody asked me why I put this paper down here, and I said, well, you know, you really don't have to,
But you're gonna get painty.
but you're going to get painty. And I, you know,
Mhm.
at this stage, I'm really a lot neater than I used to be. So,
Oh well. I mean that's a statement.
So that's the deli paper, right, Mariah?
yeah, see, I got a little on that. That's okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it really does work really well for that. And the one reason that I was saying that, that particular deli paper is great because of its size. So when you move up to larger plates like the 9 by 12s or bigger,
Mm-hmm.
now I don't know, like, but I think that what is the size on the deli paper? Isn't it like 11 and something by 15? I think.
It's 15 by 10.75,
Yeah,
10 3
which is
quarters.
great because then it goes out past your plate because that gets a little tricky whenever you're on the larger plates and your paper doesn't go all the way to the edge. You want something that's going to, or you need to just kind of keep your paint in that area. So hopefully that makes sense.
All righty.
All right. Thank
Now,
you.
we've got those. I'm going to show you my stash that I got out here because I've got a bunch of different kinds.
I was kind of curious. Did you do any of the foily ones?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
You can see that that has a bit of a raised surface. It's almost like embossing.
Yeah, I think it has some kind of like a shimmery something or
Yeah,
other on it.
kind of a,
Yes. So it's like
it
gilded.
goes around the butterflies. But this is just,
Yes.
this
Yes,
is the
exactly,
same
Lala.
kind of paper as this, basically. Okay? I think we should do one of those.
Hey, Rhonda.
Pulling off the sticky stuff on the edge of the. These are just, we got these from Tuesday morning when they still had a Tuesday morning.
No. I think a lot of that particular because we gave all ours away, but that came with the stuff from Maya, and I was like, maybe we should keep a little bit of this. And Izzy liked it, so
Yeah, well, a lot of it, the reason that's very cool. Suze has butterflies written here. It has lots of butterflies. And I got out my butterflies, our PM artist butterfly stamps that
Mm-hmm.
we're going to use a little bit later. So I'm just thinking on this one.
and here's kind of a general way to think about this. All right, so if you're journal maker, card maker, whomever, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe your style has changed slightly, or maybe you're making a whole set of cards and you want them to have a similar color theme, then doing this kind of just colorizing them, that's kind of one of our terms, colorizing,
Mm-hmm.
that
Color Rising. Yes.
colorizing, then this is a great way to do it.
Yeah. And what I want to say here, and we have a color wheel in
Yeah, and
our
it's
shop.
free. That's a free download.
It's a free download. And if you don't know about the color wheel, you need to get Node up.
Now,
If
I
you're
will I will say, if you want more detailed color information, that is in the guide, the one our guide
Yes.
that can be purchased.
Yes. I think that's
Because
one of the
remember,
reasons.
you did more
I
detail.
did. I did.
Yes. So
Okay.
Mariah,
So
Patricia,
in
I
choosing
think
the color, oh, sorry.
okay, we'll ask
That's one of
Patricia.
the.
One of the reasons why I
Go
had to
go ahead,
really
Lala.
buy that guide, purchase that PDF guide, guys, is because of this one. For most of us, the color wheel, we've
Yeah,
been studying it since we were kindergarten, but it's not as easy as it looks like, right? But the way Patricia taught that in the guide is like absolutely night and day for
yeah.
me. So I really highly suggest that guide.
She said
All
so.
right. Yes,
She had
Mariah.
been taught the color wheel before, but never as easily as you had shown it, and she was just super impressed. Yep,
Yes. All right.
there you go.
There you go. If you can do this with your hands, you can learn the color wheel. Yellow is always at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Red is always on the left. Blue is always on the right. And if you know those and you mix yellow and blue together, you know what happens. Look at that. You get green. So I have it just the opposite here. Okay, red is on the right. Sorry. And I don't usually do it that way, but that's okay. Yeah, the,
Well, off that day.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
Blue and yellow makes green. Blue and red makes purple.
I wonder how you did it in the other one. I hadn't paid attention to that.
I don't know. I just now did.
No, well, that's the older one.
This is the
That's
older
the
one.
freebie download one.
This is the freebie down one. The other
Hmm.
one is switched out.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really make any difference because when you've got three, it just you're still mixing the same ones. The reason I bring this out is because when you're getting ready to and you want to alter the color on a pattern paper that already has color on it, you need to make sure that you're getting what you want to get. And you do that by consulting your color wheel. If I choose yellow here, what is the yellow going to do to my pink?
Orange.
What is the yellow going to do to my blue?
What's the pink and purple?
Yellow and blue makes green.
Oh, sorry. I'm tired. This
I
is
You've
a.
cannot
been up a
even
lot longer than
answer.
I have, and I had a nap today.
It's like
I wanted to
math.
be really, spot on here.
It is.
So, the
I.
other thing is we talked about making neutrals and complementary colors. I know that if I mix purple with this, wherever the yellow is, that's going to brown, we call it brown out. It's going to neutralize both colors, okay? Here where I've got the pink, which is, basically red, if I use green here, I'm going to neutralize the greens that I have out there. So these are, right now what I'm thinking is I am thinking that yellow is the best way to go here on this. So we're going to try it out and see what happens, okay?
I vote on the next one blue.
Next one will be blue.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, when I say yellow, boy, do we have a big choice in yellow. And yet, not all yellow is the same. So
Ooh.
I'm just going to get these out here. And this is really nice because my jump blade will keep them from rolling around.
Mm-hmm. Look at you with all the yellows.
Oh wow.
Okay. Now I think that's pretty much it.
She's kind of spoiled, Lala.
I am. And then here's my, okay. These are all the yellows, but look at them. They're so different.
But this is how we pay her.
I get paid in paint. And I'm happy with that because I feel like, I told the superintendent of schools, I don't know, we were chatting at some event or something, and I said, I really feel guilty about picking up a paycheck because I love what I do so much. He said, hey, we can work something out on
Oh,
that.
yeah, I'm sure.
He was just kidding, but I did. I always felt like that. All right, so what I'm looking at here, and if your paint doesn't have a little swatchy thing on it,
Swatch your paints.
swatch your paint.
Because especially some of the more like the cheaper brands, the craft paints, the student grade paints, a lot of times their labeling is not going to be truly indicative.
No, and it really sometimes is even
Actually,
isn't
I
on.
mean, you
Yeah.
trick, yeah. I mean, see that top
Okay, now
thing.
see this. This is what they say what color it is, but you can see it's not.
Oh yeah,
And we
yeah.
do have these cool little stickers. Let me see if I can find one.
And how
Yes, if you
about
wanted to purchase some from our shop.
yes? How about the paper as well,
And you don't have
Mariah?
to
Will
make
that
your own for
affect
heaven's
the
sake.
color as well?
But I think these are kind of cool.
Say that again, Lala. Sorry.
Sorry about like when we swatch. Do what's the
Uh-huh.
best way to swatch it? It's like will it change if we use a different kind of paper or basically it's the same?
Well, yes, that is kind of true. But if you want to kind of keep, I mean, it's really like, sorry, we have people talking downstairs. I apologize. It's late here. So, basically, what happens with the paint swatches is that you're gonna like, it's just sort of a reference. So you are right. Like depending on what type of papers you use, it will look different.
Thank you so
But
much,
generally
Mariah.
speaking,
Yes. So it's more
yeah,
like
it
a
gives you, yeah, it
reference.
gives you
Okay. Got it.
exactly,
Got
yeah.
it.
But we do have those little stickers in our shop if you want to, But you can make your own. Like if you have the label paper at home and you want to just print, like especially with a laser printer, do keep in mind if you utilize a inkjet printer, you may want to let it set for a day or two before you put the paint on it because it does kind of activate the ink. So that'll make it a little funky.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, let like print them out at home. Uh, if it's an inkjet, let it set for a day.
Good advice. I
Good,
do
good.
notice that.
Yeah.
Now you can see this is really fairly accurate, but a lot of times you're not going to have this.
Mm-mm.
Really, golden is the only one that I really know that makes the. Pardon me. Yeah.
Well, Blick. Hey, look, Blick does theirs.
Glick does theirs too, but you can see. I don't know. That's pretty good.
Because I think that's a real because gold. I think Blick and Golden swatched like
Yeah.
it's the really the paint.
Yeah, I will say, you get this Glick, you make sure you shake the bejesus out of it because it really does take a
Settles.
lot. Once it sets a
Hmm.
lot, it takes a long time to get it integrated, the pigment reintegrated.
Yeah.
All right, so we're sitting here and we're looking at all these, and all of them are fairly transparent,
Mhm.
right? I do know, and I know this just because this Dairy Lied yellow, it's a little more
Punchy.
opaque.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my go-to that I love the most is the quinacridone nickel azogo.
Because she loves everything a little grungy.
I love everything a little bit grungy, but now you notice when you put these two together, you will say, okay, well this has got a little bit more red to it. So maybe we should go with the transparent yellow iron oxide just because
It's a
it's
little brighter.
a little more, it has a little more brightness to it. Now,
Hmm.
if we wanted to go powsy wowsy, we could go with this. And I am just about out of this, Mariah,
Mm.
There you go.
but I don't have enough left to order anything. So, okay, yeah, we're going to use this one.
And with these fluid paints, you really do want to shake them up, even with the Goldens or whatever,
Yeah,
because they do settle.
give them a good wrap on the side of the table. I do that, and I know, Mariah,
It makes me crazy.
sometimes, but that's really
Sometimes I
what
feel like you just do it on purpose.
I don't be I do it because it's really necessary. Okay, I want to keep that really, really, really transparent, but you will notice I've got my paper ready because half of the issue with gel plating is that know your paint enough, get your paper down before your paint dries.
And that really is, I mean,
That's probably
you've got to experiment with your paints and just start to understand, okay, well, this paint does this. Different colors, even if it's the same brand, will act differently.
Yes.
Blues are super weird and dry fast. Metallic paints will dry much faster than other paints.
Now
So
look at that.
true.
Let me get you the
Ooh.
original so you can really appreciate what
Oh
happened
wow.
here.
So
And
it's like you have
we just got it
a different
look black
pattern paper
because of
altogether.
that raised surface.
Yeah, it just changes it completely.
Mm-hmm.
So
Beautiful.
I mean, it really is like if you just have those papers where you're like, gosh, there's just I loved some of them, but then overall, like, just need something to maybe bring it into a project, or if you're doing a book. I know a lot of times you just kind of like, oh,
But you still
yeah,
you can still see all of the little sparkly stuff here. It's all still there. But you've just changed the whole feel of this piece of paper just with
Yes,
that
that's
one
the
little.
word. The
Okay, now I
feels,
want
yes,
you to see
different.
this, and I don't know if you can.
yes, yeah.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Oh,
Mm,
you got to kind
yeah,
of hold it to the
okay.
side. Yeah, there. Oh, it transferred.
It transferred because they're of the raised surface of the pattern on this. So you can use that. Now I have, and I just got a new tube. Thank you
Yeah.
so.
So
Is
any,
Mark with us this evening?
no, I haven't seen Mark,
Okay.
but Mark hooked her up with this paint because she
Mark
ran
hooked
out,
me up with this paint because I was squeezing out the very last bit.
Oh, but that's
and I wasn't.
expensive. That's an
Now,
expensive
that
brand.
seems like a lot, but this paint, and again, it's just getting to know your paints.
Yeah.
This paint is extremely transparent. Let me show you
Well, and Carrie the crafter ended up. He
he
gave
gave
her the first tube.
because he just
He's
thought
like,
it was revolting.
I can't deal with this paint.
So it's extremely transparent, and I'm hoping that we can pick up some of this. I hope it's
Yes, Jennifer,
light enough that
you
we're
are.
going to be able to do it.
Jennifer said, and the transparency of the paint was so important. Yes, we feel like we say that like I mean, we just can't say it enough. And I think it's
And
one thing that people don't necessarily like. It isn't the reason we say it so often is that it really does make such a difference.
Awesome. Okay, Mariah and Patricia, while
not even
Patricia working
pressure.
on that. Okay, so when you clean your gel plate, I
Now
we
here's the
saw that
beauty of this. You
Patricia
can turn
used
it over. Well, it's
uh
not going to be. Oh, look at that. I wrote down.
okay.
Okay, go ahead, Lala.
Okay, so we saw her use what
No,
do you
go
call
ahead.
this packing tape. Okay, is baby wipe an
Uh-huh.
advisable option to use to clean also?
So baby wipes.
Mhm.
Yes, you
Oh,
can.
yes.
Okay.
You notice me cleaning up the plate. Just
And a lot of
there's just a little, and it's still kind of wet.
wet.
Yeah.
That's key.
But if it's major, gotta tape it.
Yeah, the tape
Check this
Okay.
is
out.
the main
Okay.
thing.
Got it. Got it. Thank
I
you.
didn't realize that. But once you print over pencil lines, you can't erase them anymore.
True that.
Oh,
That's some good knowledge that you're
Good.
throwing out there.
all
We're doing
right.
all the experiments for y'all.
Thank you.
If you want to lock in that pencil note,
We'll lock it in. There you go.
erase
That wasn't in my notes, but
yeah, bonus tip. Bonus tip right there.
Okay. Let's try some of that. I love that paint. Let's try that on our paper. And let's talk about what's going to happen here. I want you to watch this butterfly.
The green one. We're watching the green
You're
one.
watching the
All
green
right.
one, and you're watching any green that you see on here, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Focus on the green.
Okay. Got it.
And you noticed when I brayered this out, that wasn't too much paint put down. In some kinds of paint, it will be, but this is super transparent. And for whatever reason, it is so difficult to. I have to turn my wheel thing here because I can't reach my.
So Zenjen says for me, though, it is figuring out how to layer correctly with the different colors. Well, this is a great way, I think, to experiment with that because there's already color down on these scrapbook papers. So you're going to start to hopefully, just take your time and kind of study it once you've pulled it up. And as like P just said, keep an eye on the green butterfly to see what happens because it's going to be the most like high contrast because basically the pink is the complementary color to that green.
Right.
or close to.
All right. I
And we've
know.
got transfer.
I heard that complementary colors, if you're not so good at color mixing,
So
can
this,
be tricky to use.
Yeah, so yes and no. It's really one of those things where complementary colors, especially if you are a lover of rusty brown things, then your world is opened up.
Or
If you're like P over here, then that's the honey spot.
ah,
But yes, you know, a lot of times what happens, you mix those complementary colors, you're going to end up with browns and grays and things that are dark and probably kind of,
yeah,
not the
yeah.
happy colors.
Okay, and what we will do is we will do this on this. I will bring my green back in, and you can see this is really my.
Yeah, this is,
I love that.
she does.
So make yourself a color wheel until you get used to using this. You want to stay away from that opposite color if you don't want to neutralize, because you will notice what happened here. Let me find my other. Hopefully, I've got another
That's
green
good, Mo.
butterfly here.
Yeah, I love it.
Was that what
there
I
you go.
had?
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Mo.
Don't have another big green butterfly. Sorry. See, this one's blue.
Yeah.
All right, but let's talk about that. So we want that blue. We want the blue to not be so blue. We want to get it in a little bit different color range here. What would
Mhm.
we use here? Orange.
Well, if you want to kind of get it
If you want to get it off the
neutralized.
blue, but here's what I know. Look at this. Okay, both of these butterflies, can you see? They've got patterns on it, but all of a sudden, look what happened here. You really start
Ah,
Seeing
seeing
the,
that pattern.
yeah,
yes. Oh, got
So
it. Got it.
even though this grayed out the blue there,
yeah.
I think it's really, really,
Well, I mean,
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. This was a green, but this was totally green.
right, but I think it was the opposite of the blue butterfly. See how inside the blue one there, it's a
Yes.
green. It was like
Yes.
opposite.
Okay, so we're going to use, now, see what I've got here?
It transferred.
It's transferring. Okay, let's pick this up with green, and maybe we'll see a little bit of what I was just talking about.
Hmm.
Gosh, this is so much fun. I'm really happy that you guys are having a good time.
Are y'all
I
having a good
hope you
time? Let us
guys
know
are
in the
having
chat.
fun.
Oh yes, I actually have been
Lala, are you?
pulling. Yeah, I've been pulling prints
Are
here
you
and there,
totally
guys. Look
bored
at
to
that.
death?
Right? So I'm,
Look,
trying to
hey.
experiment. Yes, right. Trying, pulling prints here and
Ooh.
there, right?
One of my
So there you
girls
go.
is
Very
getting,
basic, guys. I'm
Yeah.
basic. So there you go.
I think my
Yes, Patricia.
And yeah, it's on a further delay.
Yeah.
So it'll take a second for her to pop up there. But
Okay, there you go.
okay, did you see what just happened there? Let me show you that.
what happened there?
I left my brayer down and it got
Mm,
stuck to the paper. So I've got that little line across there.
you want to avoid that.
Try to avoid that. If that does happen, it is not the end of the world. Just take your baby wipe and kind of, because if you don't, you're going to have a oops, oops,
And it will be there until you fully
yeah,
clean your brayer. Now here's something to kind of talk about that just leads us into. You can let the paint build up on your brayer and then skin it. If you're like, what are you talking about skinning your brayer? If
I've got one back here. I'll show you in just a minute. I can't stop this process right now, though.
some folks like to just clean as they go, like just to keep it clean no matter what, not let the paint build up. But it just really kind of depends on what
Yeah,
you're.
what kind of person you are.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
I
matter
let
really.
mine
You can
build up
build it
until it
up.
doesn't
It
roll
doesn't
anymore.
affect the print that you're making.
Right. It can affect how really kind of the gauge is that at some point in time you're going to have to skin it because it won't roll anymore.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
then sometimes the paint can build up in ways where it becomes
Yeah.
bumpy or ripply, and you really don't want that because it does affect how the paint is rolled out onto the plate.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why some of
Now,
my
I have
brayers are
videos
like that.
of
I
taking these
understand.
on, and I don't really like to do it because I have to hold it against me right here, and I can't get it on camera. So it's very
Oh,
awkward
okay.
to do it. Did everyone see that?
Yes.
Isn't that cool?
Yes. Lala says. Yes.
Oh, there you
All
go.
right, because
Okay.
this is a yellow green, we're really not getting that total grayed out business. But look at some interesting things that happened right there.
See the little swirl and the kind of
Yeah. All right. How's my time doing?
20 minutes. You got 20
I
minutes.
got 20 minutes. Okay, we've got to do some. I think do you think I did a good job on this?
I think you're doing a
You feel like this was
fabulous job.
okay? So we're going to take
Yes, fabulous. Sorry, I was getting
these that
some
we
papers
made, and
that
I'm
have
going to add some
texture.
butterflies to them. Let me get my paint put away here because I don't have room to
What are you doing next here?
leave. I'm going to do stamping.
Oh, okay. Stamp
We're going to
away.
stamp.
All right. Stamp it.
Ooh.
We're going to stamp, and we're going to use. And I look at this.
All right. While
I
she's
had most marvelous, by the way,
Oh.
um, Thai curry chicken
from Costco.
from Costco. It is.
I don't think Van was that impressed with it. He didn't like it.
You know, I don't even know why you ask him. He has no taste buds. Burned out in the Kuwait oil fires. Okay, now this thing here. Don't throw these away. They're wonderful. You put I think I have 4 or 5 layers of paper towel there, and I just put water in. Because
Okay.
when you're using the acrylic paint with your stamps, you kind of don't want to leave it on there
Yeah.
because it will build up and it will take away from the line quality of
But
your
we
stamp.
have confirmation from some of our other arty friends that if that does happen, you can soak it in the Murphy's oil soap and it will, like you just soak it overnight and then that paint will dissolve and everything should be good to go.
Okay, I cannot speak to that personally,
That's true.
but
We've heard.
we have heard.
And it was from Eddie.
And it was from a reliable source.
If you consider Eddie reliable. So.
Yeah. So for those who are new
I do
here,
too.
yes, Eddie is actually
right,
another
in
moderator
order
and
to
a
do this,
great
and
artist
I want
as
to
well.
show you this. Oh, sorry.
Yes, he is. That's Eddie makes art.
Yes.
Eddie makes art.
And some of the stamps, he's one of our designers. So.
He is. I don't know who is our designer for these.
That would be Brad.
Brad. Brad is our in-house designer.
My husband.
Yes. The father of the child.
The father of the child.
And you've seen the child.
I had a baby.
Yeah, she had a baby. I noticed you pulled that in there today. I was so impressed. Okay. I am loving this right now. So I am putting this aside because I can do all kinds of things on this. But I do want to have it available to stamp on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of going to just, this is where I run out of room.
Yeah, you do.
It
doesn't matter. I could give her a whole new space and she'd fill it up and she'd still work in that and she would be like, I don't have enough room.
I can so resonate with that. It's
I
not
don't know
about
if
the
I
size of
Yeah,
the room.
and Lala feels, she understands.
Okay, all right.
Oh my goodness.
So we're looking at our 2 pieces here that we're going to stamp butterflies onto.
Okay.
And even though we do have that down there, I'm hoping I can work around that. Might just see if I can.
Just work it in.
Yeah.
Stamp over it. It's like scribbles.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now I am going to pull in, what did I do with those? These that don't have any raised surface on it, these will be great for stamping onto. Also,
yeah,
the ones that have that little bit of this on it, these are not so great. Plus, it's very busy anyway.
Well, so if you were to like kind of obliterate it, if you accidentally like maybe went a little too opaque-ish with your paint coverage there,
yeah,
but you wanted maybe more a distressed stamp kind of situation, then it would be just fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I am the ultimate optimist.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to bring in a paint color here. She is. God.
There's always a way. There's always a way, Lala.
Yeah.
Always. And if you don't have
I'm so
pliers, I
happy
forgot to tell
playing
you,
along.
over paint, you probably need some of those. Now, they do have these fancy little hoopty-doo things. I have some of those, but I swear to God, I cannot keep track of them.
The pliers
And
stay.
the problem is you've got these great big suckers, And then you've got these little suckers, and then you've got, there's another whole, yeah, flyers are just later. I don't know.
Yeah,
All right, now I'm going to try to do this so I can demonstrate to you how to use the.
I know.
Oh, we hear
This
the
is kind of
kitty.
this is pretty.
Yes.
This we're bringing in the acrylic paint retarder.
Retarder. Okay.
I don't use the flippy
Yeah,
lid.
so I don't know if you kind of keyed in on that earlier. So open paints, that's like by Golden. Those particular paints have a longer dry time, meaning like if you are living out in the desert, those are the paints you're probably going to want, or you are going to
Some
want
people,
some
yeah,
retarder.
they just use them all.
Strict, like that's it,
Yeah,
because it dries
that's
so
their
quickly.
go-to. All right, well we've got a little bit of orifice retention here. So I want that on top of there, and I know that may seem like really crazy,
Oh, you put it on
but
top.
you don't know how many times I've done this and I ended up with a ball of fly.
Yes, because earlier,
And
like
you
what
mix
P was
it.
saying, see, if you add that retarder direct plate, what'll happen is it acts as a resist. So you're like, where did that come from? Well, it took us a while to figure it out, like longer than it should have.
Yes.
Seriously, because we would get these prints, we'd be like, man, that's interesting. How did that little blob happen there? Or then you would see it like run across because if you brayer over it and it gives a little trail, like a bloop, 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 bloop kind of thing.
Yeah, just
So you mix it.
yeah, mix it. Do a good mix. And you see when I'm brayering this out, that you can see a little bit different action here than when I was using the.
Turn your brayer over.
I did.
Okay. Oh, you're going in a row, huh?
Well, I really, I want you to see just how wonderful this is, because not only am I creating butterflies that I can cut out and use on cards, but I'm creating something here
Yeah.
that I can then.
Now, what's funny is like Carrie the crafter. What he would do, he'd keep braying over that, and then he would like clean the plate. Very rarely have I seen him actually like pull that print, which I just think is so funny because it just depends on the person and like what you want to do. I mean, gel printing is a dangerous thing because you can end up with a million pages of all sorts of things by the time you're done if you keep all of the things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so here I have some more butterflies I can cut out, but look at this on the plate here.
Ooh.
This is just such wonderful stuff.
She
You're
says,
so excited when
"Ooh."
this happens.
She says, "Ooh."
Ooh, I know.
This is how I
So
watch you
excited. All right,
guys. I
let's
would be
bring
like,
in our ink
ooh,
again
oh.
because this is dry. Oh, maybe not. Hmm.
It's pretty humid,
Okay, I don't think I really,
and you didn't
I didn't
probably.
press enough. I didn't use my bearing enough.
Well, and you have
Okay,
the
so
retarder
what
in
I'm
it.
going to do is set this on the shelf.
It has retarder in it. Of course, it's not.
But why didn't it all come off?
I don't know. I'm telling you, it's humid.
Hmm.
All of these things factor in.
I'm putting this over here because I really love this. I love this effect, and it's going to
Okay,
be
see now I have to explain.
awesome.
Now I have to explain this because they're like, "Where's the plate going? What's happening?"
Yeah.
Okay, so the crazy lady over here that has a million gel plates and there's never enough
Oh, that's true. I
has
once
a
watched you guys
racking
for,
system.
I think, two
She does.
hours. And then she just kept on pulling, a
Uh
gel
huh.
plate one after the other. It's like, how
And this
many
is some
gel plates
flowers.
does
This
she
is fun.
have?
Yeah, I don't know. We've lost count, but she has a whole racking system because she keeps them on the acrylic plates because pretty much gel prints every day.
Yep,
And
Awesome.
so
something.
she keeps, yeah, they're all accessible and whatever. I mean, if you have one plate, it's perfectly fine, but you will, if it's something you really really enjoy, having couple of plates is pretty nice, especially if you start to get into the types of prints where you let them dry. Or like what she just did there. So this is one way to create layering on the actual gel plate is, okay, so she put it over to the side because she's going to let that dry, because if she put anything on top of it right now, it would all blend
Yeah.
because it's still not dry. But once it's dry on the
Oh.
plate, you can then add another layer.
Yes,
You
you
know,
can.
Patricia, that
I'm
actual
trying to get my
background you have
drawer
right
here
now is perfect for like a
because I've got some
background border of a card. So
paint in
beautiful.
here.
Oh, it she's loving all the paint that's around the
Oh,
acrylic.
obviously I haven't cleaned this one for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I get into that, and that's what I do. All right. Well, where's my little stamp that I used here? Was this the one?
I don't know. Did you
No.
put it in your
I
thing?
need to.
Okay. But Mariah,
You
Patricia,
need
I
to
just want to
put it in
show
the
you
tray.
this one. Okay. So basically, what I did, I followed what you guys were doing.
Look at that.
This
See?
is an
Watch
actual
that thing
paper
go.
with
And then you
embossed
just take one of your,
stuff,
and you can
right?
kind of. My goodness,
So
what are you
there,
throwing?
it made the
I'm throwing things
print,
at you because you're not looking at me every once in a while.
and then it actually did. I was able to transfer it onto
Oh,
another
look.
one, right?
What?
So
So,
that
so
print
hers.
on the card.
So she did.
I followed you,
Oh,
Patricia.
she's working on some there.
Yes,
Yes, and
thank
so her
you.
little. So is it like reindeer or something like that? Looks like kind of a
Yes,
snow scene.
yes, it looks like this, so it's
And
okay
so it
because
transferred.
yeah. So I just want
Oh yeah,
basically just going to use this as like my
for sure.
for the print making part, right?
Yes.
Fun
So
stuff,
I
right?
and then I just it
Yeah.
did leave the print on the gel plate, and then I transferred it
Okay,
onto an
so
earlier
here I
one.
am.
Thank you,
I'm
thank you. I'm
back.
so
Back.
happy. I'm learning new things, guys. Thank you.
Thumbs up. Yes, absolutely. You got it.
Awesome.
Okay, go ahead, P.
All right.
That was really. You did. Hey, you did some good stuff there, Lala.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And if I don't know if you knew that before. Okay, here we are. This is phthalo blue in open. See that big O there?
She wrote it again because she keeps forgetting that it's open.
This is some of the golden stuff that they sent us that
The
was
the seconds.
seconds.
Yeah, and Lala did a good job even with the ombre. I mean, that's kind of some next level
Oh yeah.
business.
Gosh, I
Oh,
didn't know I
thank
was allowed
you.
to ombre.
I told her she had to keep it simple.
She did. She specifically told me that.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
And I
We
I,
love
I,
simple.
I didn't bust out any of my stencils because I for the same reason. And what I'm doing over here with my knife when
Okay.
do this is because it really you can create like some asemic writing
Uh huh.
using your leftover paint on your thing because you can never. And I'm always kind of iffy about putting it back in there
Yeah, because she.
because I
Mm-hmm.
don't always know if I've cleaned off my
Mm-hmm.
palette knife, God knows.
And then it's a surprise for the next time.
And it's a really good idea to put the lid on these. Not just put
Oh
it on,
yes, put the
Yeah.
lid
screw it
on.
on because I picked up one and fortunately it didn't fall over, but it dropped out from under me and my heart almost.
Yeah, mine hurt just a little bit hearing that story.
If there's any way to get paint on you, I can manage.
Mommy, Lala says that she's absolutely loving this.
She's what?
She's loving this.
Oh, good. She's so happy about that.
Yes,
All
I'm
right, so
learning
I don't
so
have to worry
much.
about putting any stuff out there because this is already open. And this time I'm going to do what Carrie does. I am not going to brayer off onto my paper. I'm going to leave this because I can use this paint.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's use this little butterfly.
So did y'all get that? That like so when you brayer off paint off of your plate, you can just kind of keep it on your brayer versus brayering it off onto, just brayer off paper. Because then you can utilize that to then re-ink or
Yeah.
paint your gel plate again. So then you
Mm-hmm.
can kind of utilize and not waste that paint. Especially if it is an open paint or a paint that is not going to dry quickly. Look at that.
Now, the reason I went
Oh,
ahead and inked this up 3 times here is because when you first start using them, you really need to do that. And you need when you I don't you all probably know more about stamping than I do.
I know that's right.
Um, I just make sure, but look at that lovely linear quality there.
Linear quality, y'all.
Wow.
Linear quality.
You
Meaning
did you
she
yeah.
lines things up.
I line some things up.
And
So
perfect
now I've got my
image.
thing out there, and I can come in and I can brayer over this and look. You can only do this with the
Open.
open paint.
Can't stress that enough.
Can't stress that enough. I'm going to do some over here because I think that this is going to be an absolutely lovely, lovely.
And so the thinness of the layer of paint really matters
It
with
really
this.
does on this. More so than anything else. You
Hmm.
want to get that nice thin layer out
Mhm.
there because if you get it too juicy, too thick, it's going to clog up your stamp and you're not going to get a good, clear stamp.
Then Jennifer, you have no idea how true that statement is. She says, "Why does it feel like pee is just getting going?" You got 5 minutes.
Oh, well, I guess we can.
And like the
Usually
same,
this
I
time
can
of night,
actually do
this is when
this.
I really get after whatever it is I'm doing. Okay, I'm
You know what,
taking this
Patricia?
stamp
If
and
you
I'm
don't
putting it in
have,
my,
Yeah.
if you
So
can't
here's what
sleep,
happens here, and I'm gonna make
just message
putting
me.
it
I'll
back
craft
there,
along with you.
and I want to.
here. Put this in for. Oh, she says just message her. She'll craft along with you. And then, well, but see, our middle of the night's gonna be like your middle of your afternoon, I think.
No worries. I'll be there.
Lala. She'll be there. All right, good.
That's
I might.
my kind of person. All right, let's put this down.
That's so funny.
Look at this paper over here, and I've got to get this off of here because I've got to use up the rest of this.
Yes. No print ever left behind. And look at that. See, it's
Look at
leaving a
this.
lot.
Look, you can see it.
Oh,
But
wow.
I've got an idea already. Got an idea for this.
All right. Hey, here's what we can do. We can say, because we're on Sunday. If y'all want to
There you go.
see, some things to do with, like, what's the next step with some of these papers, we'll take it back up on Sunday. How about that? Over on our channel.
Right. Okay. So actually, I have in the screen also the schedule, okay, of PMRT
Oh, thank
Studio.
you.
Okay, maybe you can share more of that one, Mariah. There you go. It's on the screen. So,
Perfect. Yes. So yeah, we live stream every we a lot, 4 times a week. Mondays are my day usually. P's still there, but being her helpful self in the morning.
there you go. So those are the
There
schedule,
you go.
guys. So best is if
Yeah.
you subscribe to them and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of their lives. So that's what I do. So I get
Hey,
notification. There you go.
yes, and we have brought that back because there were a couple people that had emailed us saying that they were wondering why we had not sent out the email blast because we were gonna take it away because we're like, I think that if you don't want the emails, then you can unsubscribe. But it seemed like a lot of people were actually happy that we would notify them via the email. So there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, some people were really irked.
Yeah. All right. So are we gonna close it out? She'll
Just
just
a
keep
minute,
going. You just
one
gotta.
more print.
Oh God.
One more print.
Just one more time.
One more print. I'm really pushing on this one.
Okay, she got
Just
this, but
pushy,
Mariah.
pushy,
Okay.
pushy.
Okay.
Mhm.
So there you go. There's the pool.
There you go. Oh, it kind of froze up. Why did our top cam freeze?
Oh, did it? Oh,
Well,
yeah.
see, that's the
Oh, there you
universe
go. There you
telling
go.
you.
There you
Done.
go. Okay,
Oh, that is
it's back.
cool though.
Awesome.
Wow. You did save the best for last. I love it when you do something good
Okay,
at the end.
guys, if you don't
Always
know
makes
the
me happy.
yes, that was the first that she did that earlier. Okay, in the live stream. Okay, so that paper that she's using right
Yes.
now. So you have to
Yeah,
watch on
this
replay if you
paper.
missed that earlier part. All right.
And then if
So
you want to see what we're going to do with these, come and see us on Sunday.
All right. So again, this is
Thank you
the
so much for
third
having
show.
us, Lala.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Okay, so before we go back, okay, so let's go. Maybe Mariah, you can join P. Okay, together again on that side. Okay, so while see, I am actually creating a card out of this, guys, already, right? So yeah, so for a lot of us who are actually paper crafters, card makers, and you do want to include gel plate printing, okay, into your fabulous paper crafts, this is the perfect, opportunity for you to do so because Patricia and Mariah creates, a ton of inspiration videos and live streams for us to be able to, jump onto it, and then eventually, who knows, you might actually fall in love with mixed media and then transition from just gel printing into so many other, avenues that are available for mixed media artists. And that's how I think I fell into the rabbit hole, right? So I hope to see you in that same rabbit hole, right? So while we're waiting for Patricia and Mariah, okay, so there you go. Okay, almost there. So guys, I do have another live stream tonight. Okay, and that's tomorrow morning for you guys. And I will be doing faith journaling. This is for my CEDA Day 25 for most of you. All right. And then the next day, okay, on the 25th, I'll be having Zell of Sprinkle with Cards, who loves art journaling so much, okay? And she loves using mixed media as well. So you see, so before you jump into that, I highly suggest that you go to PM Artist Studio first, learn the basics, and of course, okay, we do have. Okay, hold on. This one. So, guys, links are in the description. Okay, so there is actually a PDF guide. Okay, so it's a guidebook that is, you can. So what was telling Mariah, I will print it and I will laminate it so that even if I'm working with whatever, it doesn't matter because it's gonna be protected, right? So it's gonna stay there because that's how it is for beginners, right? It's like it doesn't, we watch one time and then that's it, right? Remember what Patricia and Mariah said earlier in the live stream? It took tons and tons of video time, also watching
Oh,
other people start,
yes.
right? So the same thing with us, right? So the thing is, you need to have a very great foundation, and I think that's the same for everything, right? So this book, okay, is really something that everybody should have in their, mixed media arsenal, especially when you're, starting with gel printing. So the link is in the description of this video. And it's super affordable, right? It's one of my best investments, okay, for the past couple of months. Okay. And of course,
Aw.
videos that, you can use to alongside this guide if you have questions. The links are also in the description of this video. All right, so let's go back to my awesome guests, Patricia and Mariah. There you go, Patricia, Mariah. Thank you
Hello.
so much, my friends. I know it's pretty late for you guys. It's time to head off to bed. Also, for the people in the chat, for the makers community, thank you, Mama. Lots of love to everybody. Thank you also for welcoming
Yes.
newbies like me, right, who really want to,
Aw.
understand better and learn more. All right. And for the paper crafters, card makers, I hope that, this has inspired you. Yesterday, P and Patricia and Mariah actually did a live stream and they showcased a ton of cards, right? Where they used, this, gel printing. So if you want to see more of those cards, like how can I actually use that for card making? Oh, you'd be surprised at how many awesome, inspiration cards you can see in that video. Okay, so for the last time, Patricia, Mariah, invite them over.
Well, yeah, head on over. And
Yes.
come over on Sunday because we'll be working with those exact prints. You might see them, 8 days from now, 8 months from now. That's a joke that goes on over there at the PM Artist Studio. But yeah, definitely come check us out. You'll see that stuff again.
All right. So with
And
that,
thank you, Lala.
okay,
Thank
and
you,
let's
Lala.
thank you, Patricia and Mariah. Okay, and let's end this live stream with an awesome. Okay, hold on. Okay, why is this one? Okay, an awesome extra. Okay, hold on. There you go. All right. So thank you so
Okay.
much. Where is Patricia? Okay, and Mariah. Okay, there you go. Bye, everyone. Have a great
You're
rest
leaning the
of the
wrong way.
night.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Mwah.
Every season
See you on PM Artist Studio live stream on Sunday. Bye. Tomorrow also.
believe in